Okay, I've got a confession to make. My inbox, it gives me major anxiety. You know that feeling, right? Opening it up and just boom, a wall of unread emails. Or staring at that blinking cursor on a blank page, just willing the words to show up. If that sounds like your Tuesday, well, you are definitely not alone. And that digital grind, that's exactly what Google's aiming to fix with its new integrated AI Gemini. And hey, we're not talking about some niche tool that only a few people use. I mean, look at this number, 3 billion. That's how many people use Google Workspace. It's almost half the planet. So the AI upgrades we're about to dive into, this isn't just a small tweak. It's a huge shift in how a massive part of the world gets work done every single day. So here's the most important thing to get your head around. Gemini isn't just another AI chatbot you have to open in a separate window. Think of it more like Microsoft's Copilot. It lives inside the apps you're already using. It gets the context of what you're doing, because it's right there with you. You don't have to explain everything from scratch, and that, right there, is the secret sauce. That's what makes it so powerful.
All right, let's jump in where, let's be honest, most of us start our day. The dreaded inbox. Email overload is a universal headache, but Gemini brings some genuinely useful tools to the fight. It's all about helping you take back control of your time and your focus.
And this slide, it just perfectly captures the immediate payoff. Picture this. You get back from lunch, and there's a 20-reply email chain just sitting there. The old way, you'd have to spend, 10 minutes slogging through every single response just to figure out what was decided. But the Gemini way, you click one button, and you get an instant, clean summary. I mean, think about that. That's 10 minutes you just got back to focus on work that actually matters.
But it goes way beyond just summarizing. Gemini gives you a whole toolkit right there in your Compose window. Help Me Write is your secret weapon against that blank page paralysis. Refine My Draft can take your quick, jumbled thoughts and poof, make them sound super professional. And of course, Smart Reply helps you clear out those quick little responses. It's like a multi-pronged attack on email fatigue.
And look at how specific you can be here. This isn't some vague request. You're giving it the core message, the context, declining the meeting, a concrete alternative, and then the cherry on top, the tone, warm and professional. Giving it that level of detail is how you get a near-perfect draft on the first try. So now that we're spending less time in our emails, let's see how it helps us create stuff.
Okay, let's move on. We're going to shift from just managing information to actually creating it. We're talking about Google Docs and slides and, that universal challenge of starting from scratch. So here's a scenario I'm sure we've all faced. You've done the hard work, right? You've got all your data, your analysis, your key points, all sitting in a kind of messy Google Doc. Now comes the fun part, turning all that raw info into a polished slide deck for the leadership team. That's usually such a mind-numbing copy and paste job, isn't it? But with Gemini, this whole workflow just changes. You stay in your flow, you just open up slides and tell Gemini to build a presentation from that Google Doc. It actually reads the source material, understands the main points, and builds out a structured deck for you. It can even generate your speaker notes for each slide, which is a fantastic final touch. And this is the prompt that makes it all happen. It's so simple, but it's incredibly powerful. You're defining the length, the topic, the audience, and you're pointing it right to the source of truth, that doc. I can't even tell you how many hours of my life I wish I had this exact feature. This is that idea of context continuity in action. All right, now for the app that, let's be honest, gives a lot of us nightmares. Google Sheets. For so many people, complex formulas and data analysis can feel like you're trying to learn a whole other language. Well, Gemini is designed to be your personal translator. The huge idea here is shifting from writing code to just asking questions. I can't count the number of times I've had to Google the exact syntax for some formula. Now, instead of hunting through help forums, you can just describe what you want to do in plain English, and it'll generate the formula for you. This prompt is a perfect example of working with the AI, not just trusting it blindly. You describe exactly what you need, but you add that crucial little check, show me the formula first. This lets you double-check its logic before it touches your data. It's the perfect blend of speed and control. Okay, from spreadsheets, let's move to our final stop. Another major source of workplace pain, meetings. We've all been there, right? Back-to-back calls where trying to remember the key decisions from each one becomes this impossible memory game. Seriously, how many times have you left a meeting and asked yourself this exact question? Wait, what did we actually decide? You know a decision was made, but the details are just foggy. It's such a common problem, and it leads to endless follow-up emails and action items getting dropped. Gemini and Google Meet is built to make that a thing of the past.
So after a call, Gemini doesn't just dump a messy transcript on you. It intelligently structures the conversation into the parts that actually matter. You can see it here. It pulls out the key decisions, it flags any open questions that still need answers, and it assigns action items to the right people. This creates instant clarity and, accountability for everyone on the team. And getting that summary is as simple as giving this prompt. What's even cooler is that it can work in real time. Let's say you join a meeting 10 minutes late. You can use the Catch Me Up feature. It's an absolute lifesaver. It gives you a quick rundown of what you missed without having to interrupt the whole meeting. So let's recap. We've tamed our inbox, we've created documents from a blank page, we've analyzed data without writing a single formula, and we've made our meetings way more productive. When you piece it all together, you start to see that this isn't just about a few cool new tricks. It's a fundamental shift in how we can approach our daily work.
And this brings us right back to that central idea we started with. The real power here is having an AI that operates right where the work is already happening. It's not about learning some brand new tool. It's about making the tools you already use every day that much smarter. The help is right there, so it feels totally seamless and intuitive.
And all of this leaves us with a final thought to chew on. This technology is all about automating the tedious, time-consuming parts of our jobs, the summarizing, the formatting, the painful first drafts. The future of work isn't about working harder, it's about working smarter. So the real question is, if the AI handles all that busy work, what will you have the time and the energy to create?